Welcome back to Binge Warmers. Today we're looking at Ben 10, Season 1, Episode 4, Permanent Retirement. This is, of course, the show where we are watching through multiple television shows. We're starting with Ben 10. We're on Episode 4. If you want to, they're all lined up in a playlist. And, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Oh, we're on Apple now?
By the time this comes out, we will be.
Okay, cool.
You know what's cool, though, for real? Like, we've got Spotify. Have you been on Spotify to look at the thing yet?
No, I just looked at us on YouTube.
It's video. Like, I don't know if you've seen Joe.
Oh, you can put the video on now?
Yeah, the video's on Spotify.
Oh.
So you can just, minimize it or whatever, and it doesn't play. But pretty cool. Cool stuff. Good stuff.
Check that out.
A lot of issues today. I needed a haircut, so I'm wearing this cringy Flappy Bird hat.
No, I think you're rocking it.
I'm rocking it. You remember Flappy Bird? Does anyone remember that?
Everyone remembers it.
Okay, epic.
I don't think they want to, but no.
It's an important part of our culture, I think.
That word is not the
Flappy Bird. Well, epic?
Epic.
Epic! Anyway, basically, I got a new camera, which is this camera, and as you can see, that's an old camera, but this is a new camera. As you can see, it's lit differently. It's not like the other two cameras that I have here. And so it looks a little different. It took a while. You
kind of look like a trucker, bro, with that beard.
Well, some truckers or some cowboy hicks or whatever happened in this first episode.
We can say hicks. We're hicks.
We're hicks.
Yeah.
We've got the hick pass.
Yeah. I was going to say something I'm not going to say.
Yeah, don't say it. So anyway, the camera's different. It's wacky. We had some audio issues. Couldn't hear. That's why you don't see our headphones on us. My headphones are also shedding. They've got issues. So, and also the wide shot here is I'm blown out. I'm overexposed because I needed light for this other shot. It doesn't make sense. We're just kind of really doing.
We're making it work.
Hey, we've got 8 subscribers. We're doing something correct.
Yeah. Until they see the second episode. And this is the 4th one. So
Yeah, we're basically losing subscribers by the minute. Anyway, I love this episode. Permanent Retirement is the episode title.
It's definitely a creepier episode.
I'm Will. This is Steven. I don't know if we've introduced ourselves yet.
Well, yeah, this is the 4th episode. I think they know our names by now.
What if this is their first episode watching? What if they don't like the first 3 episodes?
Someone's got some continuity issues. You know what I mean?
Feel free to watch along with us if you want to and give us your comments and critiques and everything down in the comments. Give us a like and a subscribe and
all that good stuff.
Kiss our bottoms while you're at it.
Yeah.
Does anyone ever... I don't want to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. So, the episode starts out.
You're watching it on screen? Maybe I shouldn't have it up.
I forget it's going to be real distracting for me.
You can kind of see it right here on the video. I put it just on so we can just have it on while we're talking.
Right.
We can watch it right here. Here? Oh, HBO Max doesn't let you record things is what that is.
Oh, okay, got you.
So we're kind of doing something illegal by filming this here. This is transformative. So...
We're off to a great start for this.
Off to a great start. This is our crazy manic episode.
Yeah.
By the time the next episode rolls around, it'll be so professional. We've also switched our setup too. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
Yeah, I think they definitely did.
Yeah. So anyway, you can see my knees.
And I feel like I'm in an interview with you, or I'm at the principal's office.
Yeah, I'm the doctor here, and you're you have testicular problems, and I'm having to subscribe. You pills. Prescribe. Thanks. I got YouTube on the brain. Let's just get into it. Permanent Retirement is about old people, old farts, if you would.
Right, as Ben would say.
Yeah. He calls them geezers a lot.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hateful.
There's a lot of old people hating this episode, honestly.
What is it like? What's the modern woke PC term for hating old people? Is it called
I think
elder? No, elder abuse or not even abuse, but
just hate.
Ageism.
Elderphobia.
Elderphobia. I think it's called ageism.
You're an elderphobe.
I'm an elderphobe.
Yeah, I like that one. But no, why are they going to the old folks' home anyway?
Well, Aunt Vera is in the old folks' home. I think it's in Arizona or Texas or Utah. I don't know, some desert.
Aunt Vera is basically Grandpa Max's sister, but they call her Aunt Vera.
Yeah, she's she looks just like him. She's
you
same
can tell
hair.
They definitely just erased the lines on Grandpa Max and then put some hair on him.
But she looks good. She's a cool, she's probably a cool 70.
She got a string of pearls on her. She's loaded.
She probably is loaded. I was kind of wondering about
a widower.
maybe.
Where's her husband?
You think she's been banging aliens too, for real?
How how recently deceased is he for her to be getting all that money?
I don't know. It's a good question, and I think we need to ask ourselves the question: does she know? Hold on. Let's kind of talk about the episode.
Right.
So basically, Ben hates his Aunt Vera. Well, I don't know if he hates her.
He doesn't hate. He just doesn't want to go there. It's not fun for a 10-year-old.
Yeah, he wants to be like in a he wants to be in like a fun. He stops a bunch of robbers in the first like 5 minutes of the episode.
Which we're introduced to a new alien.
That's true. Upgrade.
Which also doesn't have a voice. It's just Ben's voice.
It's Ben's voice, which I kind of like. It's like there's one of them that.
I told you I didn't know how to open that.
I just smashed it on the ground. This is shout out to Caleb, our good friend,
our host.
Our host. He
owns the building.
This is his building. He let us play with his toys while we're doing this podcast, and they've just been kind of sitting in the background. But I wanted to get them out because we've got table space now, so I thought that would be fun. But Ben doesn't really want to waste his time with the old folks. He wants to do something more interesting, more fun. And basically,
when you're a 10-year-old with the powers of aliens, you don't want to go to an old people home, even just for the weekend.
I think it's less than. Even just a 10-year-old normal kid wouldn't want to spend. Yeah. I remember. Do you remember having to hang out with old people as a kid and being like, "This is kind of
all
boring."
My older family were really young, just because of.
Oh yeah, your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom was young when she had you.
Yeah. So my grandma, when I knew her, she was like 35 to 40.
A grandma.
Yeah, totally a grandma. So
That's pretty good.
So I don't really know the whole old people thing,
You've never spent time with an old person.
Caleb's parents are kind of older.
A little bit.
But they don't feel old. There's a certain oldness to...
There's like a medium old, kind of me and Caleb's parents.
I guess when we went to the...
we went to...
the old people home. Played Wii bowling with them. That one lady kicked our butt at Wii bowling.
She said, my last name's Hopper. She goes, slow motion, Harper.
Yeah. She totally insulted your Wii bowling skills.
She was pretty funny.
Yeah.
This episode, it devolves into like a body snatcher plot.
Yes.
Like Ben discovers that the old people at the almost said motorhome. The old people at the retirement center, retirement community, wherever. I think it's more like a community because they all have different houses. They are being swapped out with these like amoeba aliens.
Mm-hmm.
The
turns out the amoebas are gonna eat them on their way home. They stop for a roadside snack.
It's kind of gross.
They allude to the fact that they come like every summer, and they kind of just take the old people from a different old people home.
They're called Limax, the species.
Which they also make a comment too is like they love older people because the young people just are too fleshy,
too chewy. Yeah, isn't that weird?
They haven't aged long enough.
Yeah, it's more like we age beef and stuff. I guess.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I guess.
We also eat veal, which is like horrible. Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah.
Just you keep a baby cow like caged up its whole life, and then you eat it. And I feel bad about that. I don't know. I can't lie to you.
But no, Upgrade's a really cool alien. You see him first this time. I think we're introduced to the final two that we have not seen yet.
I think so because we've seen. We can count them off, I guess. Heat Blast, Wild Mutt, Diamond Head, Forearms, Stinkfly, Gray Matter,
Ripjaws,
Ghostfreak, Upgrade.
No, those are the last two, so we're missing one.
Who was the last one?
Who are we missing?
Stinkfly. We said Stinkfly. Yeah. Accelerate. We didn't say
Accelerate. Gotcha.
So we've seen them all.
Yeah. So we're introduced to Ghostfreak, and we're introduced to
Upgrade.
In
the first little bit, and
Upgrade's powers are he can just morph into any electronic and kind of upgrade it.
It's
the term.
It's not necessarily totally doesn't make. It's like cartoon logic.
Yeah.
It's like he takes over a truck, which is technically like an appliance, and he morphs the steering wheel. So I'm like, it's not really an electrical object.
It's definitely weird. It's like a symbiosis, like an organic bio thing.
It's kind of like a venom for electricity.
Yeah,
for like appliances or whatever. But you got to imagine like these are meant for like alien spacecraft. Right. So like I assume that like a truck is like us messing with a Tinker Toy. An engineer messing with the Tinker Toy or something. So it kind of makes sense in like a cartoon logic.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
The name's not very creative, I guess.
Again, it's a 10-year-old.
Yeah, it's
you
fine.
Look at it. What is he doing? He's upgrading whatever he's taking over. So it kind of makes sense.
It makes enough sense. But I laugh so hard in this episode. I think it's one of the funniest episodes. It's definitely the funniest we've seen so far.
Yeah.
With old people doing like.
There's a lot of goofy things in this. It's supposed to scare you, but at the same time, it's goofy.
Well, there's some genuinely kind of creepy bits. Like
when you first see the neighbor who's been taken over by the Limax.
Yeah.
He's like, and there's trying to be discreet. Like later on, the old man even makes a statement of the boy knows too much, and it's like, well, yeah, because you growled at him, twisted your neck at an 80-degree angle.
You literally put your hands on him.
Yeah, like he suspects too much because I stretched super far to try and grab him. Like,
yeah, he suspects too much.
It's your fault, buddy. If you just looked at him normal instead of growling at him.
I like the idea that like these aliens are just so like out of touch with Earth culture. They're like, oh, maybe humans can't stretch their arms and flip on the ceiling, and
or maybe they just don't care. It's like a higher, like they think they're so much higher that they're like, you are inconsequential. I will kill you.
Does Ben learn a lesson in this episode?
I don't think so. Not really. There's not really a lesson to be learned. He's kind of bored. He finds this plot, and then
he's less bored.
Yeah.
So I mean, he has an arc, but he doesn't learn anything.
Yeah.
And also, like, the whole thing was, like, old people are boring, and then he goes, and then there's just, like, a big alien conspiracy.
So I guess the old people might not be as boring as they seem.
Yeah, but, like, what is that message? Like, oh, yeah.
I don't think it needed a message. I think this was just an episode.
I mean, yes, but, like, normally the pillars of storytelling want you to learn something.
Right.
And the last couple episodes have had that. Like, don't be jealous, don't be... don't do things
consider this more of, like, a filler episode.
I don't like the term filler, especially in stories like this where it's all just episodic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's fine. It doesn't necessarily like it's fun enough. The episode's fun enough, and it gets off with just like the comedy and the old people and everything. I think it doesn't like you don't really notice that there's no message. Ben's not really learning anything.
Yeah.
So I laughed hysterically the first time I watched this because. They're at the very first like scene in the show. Grandpa Max is at an ATM and the kids are like getting ice cream.
And true to Gwen and her
communist ways. Yeah. Is that what you're gonna say?
I was gonna be just true to her personality more. I don't know where you thought the communist thing was coming from.
I felt the C coming like a communist way. I don't know. Is non-fat, gluten-free?
Yeah, communism? She asks for what is it? The full thing is like non-fat, gluten-free with less than 3% sugar.
Yeah, and
ice cream.
Like, the guy goes napkins, and he looks at Ben. He's like, "What do you have?" It's like doesn't even correct her. He just straight up rolls with the bit. It's so funny.
And then Ben, just to be more punny, he sees the robbery happening. He goes, "I think I'm about to have some rocky road."
Which I like to think in my headcanon. I like to think he picked.
Heat Blast.
No. Or Heat Blast would work too. I was going to say Diamond Head because Rocky. They're both Rocky.
Right.
I love or Accelerate going on the road.
Yeah. Any of those, but again,
technically he went. Rocky Road. He was a truck.
Yeah. But he switches to Upgrade, so it's like, which arguably is the best choice right there. You can't get away if the Upgrade's stopping you from getting away.
It's hard to beat forearms in any situation. Like, these two dudes, he's got 4 arms. He could punch them both and still have 2 arms to juggle or...
Yeah. Funny thing about forearms, though, later on in the episode when he reveals to Grandpa Max and Gwen that he's found this weirdness about the old people, right? He literally says, I think we need to go in, sneak into this guy's apartment as forearms and really get to the bottom of it.
He's like, yeah, I'll go forearms.
Forearms is like an 8-foot-tall, 500-pound alien with 4 arms, and you think you're going to sneak around an old person's apartment? So, like...
Update, by the way, if you're not watching the video, I did get the toys open, so now we're playing with toys.
So we're introduced to Upgrade...
There's no Ghostfreak.
There's no Ghostfreak.
We have Snarrow or Ben Mummy. As
we won't do spoilers for the monsters because
there's no such thing as mummies yet.
Yeah, I think they are the coolest aliens, the monster aliens.
I like them a lot. Wild Mutt's in this episode too.
Yeah, which actually another thing, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but at the end when he's running down the tunnels, it never really specifies who he's gonna go for, but you assume there's always a trick I noticed when you're a kid that forearms and Wild Mutt have the same veiny beginning of the transformation.
It's because they're more muscly, maybe?
Yeah, but it always tricked me going, I don't know who he's going to pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have to move a massive dumpster, so you think he's trying to go forearms, and the veins signify that, and then he turns into Wild Mutt.
Yeah.
But then turns out to be a really good pick because he's underground, he has nowhere, they have no idea where they're going, and he senses where he needs to go. So.
And I like, too, because I don't know if it's like heat-based. It looks heat-based, like we were talking about the Predator. It looks almost like a Predator vision or something.
Yeah.
Or like Daredevil, and how Daredevil can see in the show and the Ben Affleck movie. He's got Upchuck. Look at that.
Very underrated movie.
This is another spoiler.
Did you like the Daredevil movie with Ben
I thought Daredevil with Ben Affleck is okay. It was very edgy for no reason.
I think that was just the early 2000s kind of thing.
Yeah,
because Blade had just taken off. So they wanted to recreate. Blade went well.
Yeah.
Let's do that with with
Daredevil. I don't know.
They're very anti-hero type.
You could take any property you want, corny or like too dark. Like look at the Fantastic Four. Like they have this super corny, kind of kid movie.
Those the polar opposites in the 2000s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But back to track here. So Wild Mutt, I think I don't know if he senses heat or whatever. I like to think he just smells and can hear good.
Yeah.
But if he is sensing heat, then he can sense these aliens really well because they're hot. They're like the heat.
They love the heat.
The dry. They don't like water. You ever see Signs?
No, I do know about it though. With
the water that kills them.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking about too in this.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of invasion of the body snatchers in this. A little bit of like
because what the aliens do is they take the old people and they put them in these pods by their aliens, and then they assume their identities until they've completely taken over the compound.
Which I kind of wonder, do they like multiply? Because they all look like an amoeba, and they all
and then
grow
they combine
together.
together by the end of it. So it was like that was interesting. I did like that they're pretty much a hive mind kind of thing.
And it makes you kind of wonder, like that makes me think that like maybe that's why it took so long for them to all get ready.
Yeah.
So let's. I guess we're just past the upgrade stuff. I mean, there's nothing really else to that. Ben and Gwen and Max are going to. I thought it was Florida at first, but then one of the aliens.
Florida, but
one of the aliens says like, "Why did you think we come to the desert in summer?" Which got another laugh out of me. It's like that's really funny.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Like just say it. But I mean, they got a good point. So I'm thinking like Arizona or something.
Arizona, Nevada, something like that.
Yeah. And so basically, that's the whole plot. Like Gwen even like squirts Ben with a water gun when they first get out of the RV.
What's that face that she makes?
She makes like an evil, nasty
It's so
face.
weird, bro. It's such a weird face.
It's like one of those cursed faces.
Yeah. Like don't do that.
But but like the neighbor kind of growls at Ben when that happens. It's because of the water.
Yeah.
Like
they don't like water at all.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a nice little touch, and it kind of sets up for like this. They're evil anyway. Like the bad people are whatever. But it takes them some time, I think. Like they need heat and some other stuff. And they can eat stuff with water in it, like human beings are water.
Yeah.
That they glommed onto his face, and obviously they're marinating these things to eat them. These old people.
Well, they could be like jerky in them.
Oh,
removing the moisture for them.
Oh, that'd be.
You know what I mean?
Like mummifying them.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea.
They could be doing that though.
But
they're alien jerky makers. You know what I mean?
Delicious.
You got deer jerky. You got
elderly jerky.
Yeah, elderly jerky, bro. I think that's it. We've solved this. That's my headcanon from now on.
I think so.
Yeah.
I actually like the Limax as like a species. I think they're cool. They've done like I remember Alien Force or Ultimate Alien does like another body snatcher.
I was gonna say I didn't want to get ahead of it, but Alien Force as a whole overarching plot was the face hugger plot, and these guys gave major face hugger plots.
Yeah.
And then the Supremes, the Alpha Supremes, or what they were called.
The hybrid.
Yeah, the high.
It's hybrid, I think.
Yeah. They were cool.
They were pretty cool.
They were super cool.
But they were racist.
They were.
Yeah.
But they were okay. We won't. I'm so excited for Alien Force because that's like the first time we see this overarching seasonal plot.
I know. Well,
envelop.
You get Vilgax a little bit in this. Like, like the next episode we'll watch has like a lot of hints towards Vilgax.
Yeah. He's the man behind the curtain, but it's not the same kind of threat. You know what I mean? It's not looming. Yeah. Like at the end of almost every episode, you'd see something about the face. Doing something, and so it'd keep them fresh in your mind.
The D and Aliens.
Yeah,
what a great name, dude.
I'm telling you, I'm very excited for Alien Force.
You were saying that Upgrade felt like you think Upgrade would feel like a dolphin.
Yeah. I mentioned that with Cannonball. You know what I mean? I guess it's the white. It just looks like it's gonna be super smooth. You know what I mean?
I guess so. I mean, he's kind of like melty though. Like he would melt in your hands.
Like goop.
What
was it? Liquid mercury or mercury? How it's always like a liquid solid kind of thing.
I get that for sure.
Yeah. We're also introduced to one of the best character development points in the whole series in the form of Ghostfreak. He's got a lot of good story arcs ahead of him.
I also laughed to myself when I saw this. Okay, so they go in and Vera makes some gross food, just like Max.
It's like a Jello thing, like the '60s. They put everything in Jello.
Pork chop and cauliflower Jello.
Yeah.
Gross.
Who would think that would be good?
Old people.
You know what? They gotta gum it. You know what I mean? They ain't got the teeth.
That's probably why.
It's all gum.
It's all gum.
Yeah.
But then Ben gets bored, so he's like, I'm going to sneak out. And what better alien to sneak out than Ghostfreak, you know?
Yeah, he goes invisible, goes through walls.
I love the name Ghostfreak, too. It's like the greatest.
It's very childlike, but it's kind of scary a little bit.
Freak, freak.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like it. I mean, he just looks like a little ghost. He looks like Casper or something.
Yeah, I wish we had the thing, but I'm sure.
Yeah,
like
Caleb doesn't have. He doesn't have Ripjaw. No, he has Ripjaws. He doesn't have Ghostfreak or Stinkfly.
I know, it's sad.
But anyway, so yeah, he's going ghost, and I even said that when
Yeah.
And I thought about that meme where like it's like, oh, if I give an Eevee a Flamestone, it'll turn into a Flareon. If I give it a Thunderstone, it'll turn Jolteon. If I hit it with a brick, it'll turn into
Ghostion. Ghostfreak just shows up.
It's just like, oh, Ben, you could always go ghost. You just hit yourself with a brick, dude.
But no, he's got a really cool artwork.
His transformation is great too, because he just turns into like skeletal, like his bones. Like
you'll notice too, like where his eye is, it can go down the black lines on his body.
That's sort of later in the. I think the next episode,
which makes it creepier. It
really
does.
Yeah.
Everything about this alien it's creepy.
And whenever we get the Zombozo episode, he like rips his skin open and shows
It's got the little tentacles
Beetlejuice tentacles coming out. Ghostfreak is really cool.
Really cool. Zombozo. Oh, I forgot about Zombozo.
I know. Man. Well, they don't do anything with him the rest of this show, but they bring him back in Omniverse. So he's
got several episodes in this show.
No, he doesn't. He has one episode, and then the Freaks come through.
Oh, the Freaks come back.
Yeah. So Ghostfreak is sort of like the Freaks' new boss after Zombozo.
Right. So, I forgot about that.
But Zombozo doesn't die. He just like explodes into confetti. So like they could bring him back, but I guess they just like the Freaks a little bit more.
I think they are cooler. They have like their own powers and stuff. Yeah. Like the girl has like super strong hair, and the guy's super strong.
I do like them as a group.
But that guy spits acid.
Oh yeah, that guy's gross, dude.
He's like Upchuck.
A little bit, but he's like. Just as a human being has that power, which means he must have done a lot of meth. You know? But we'll get to that later on in the.
I do like that he's very creepy. The voice he has is really good. We were talking about the voice acting for it, and it's so funny to hear Ben's personality come through that though, because you notice Gwen has like a conch on her ear, like you can hear the ocean, and she hears it, and it's just loser. Like he's just calling her a loser through there, and it's so funny hearing Ben's
Imagine
personality.
a scary ghost calling you just a loser and a freak and
I got to be both scared and depressed at the same time. You know what I mean? Like this guy's dead and he still thinks I have it worse.
It's just funny. I don't know. It's like the best. It's like Steve Blum does him, and Heat Blast shows up later, which is another Steve Blum character.
Yeah.
So a lot of times in animation you'll get the same voice actor doing a couple different roles in a show. And that's to save money. That's to save time because they can.
But they're so talented they can do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As a kid, you don't hear the similarities between Heat Blast and Ghostfreak. You know what I mean?
Or Vilgax. He does Vilgax too.
Yeah, like you don't.
That's why you'll probably see Vilgax and Heat Blast in the same episodes too.
Yeah, because it's easier. They're both in the studio. Might as well, or they're in the. He's in the studio, so he can make both of them. Yeah. So.
Well, it's just and I think voice actors can do up to 3 characters, like. According to their union or whatever, they can do up to 3 characters without getting paid more.
Oh,
so they get to do 3 characters in a show, or like in an episode. They don't get hired on for like full things either. They have to just get paid this is your contract for this episode.
Yeah. It's gotta suck.
Well, but like these are iconic voices, so like they're gonna want them back in the studio no matter what.
Yeah, they do good work.
So anyway, Ghostfreak is awesome, and he goes outside, which I noticed right away because Zascaer is his real name. He can't go outside without Ben. That's like his whole motivation for tracking Ben down.
Yes, because of the sun.
But with Ben, like the first time Ben uses him, he's just out in the sun. He's invisible because he's like all black.
Yeah.
And that's a cool way.
That's how you signify it too, because if he's white, you can see him.
Right. So, which is cool because it kind of inverts his colors.
Yeah, the color contrast is just really
cool.
Good.
And they could have just like went like the white outline like Danny Phantom or whatever.
Yeah,
but this is a cooler way to do it.
Everything about Ghostfreak, I didn't realize how much I liked him until I re-saw him again. And I was like,
and he's so useful. Like going through, and you can possess people too.
Yeah,
and you can go through walls and stuff. And
speaking of usefulness, you kind of realize too in this episode the aliens are really resistant to get fire. He turns into Heat Blast to try and fight them, and they're like, oh, "You idiot! This is just helping us." Ben doesn't really have a water alien to combat things.
He has Ripjaws, but Ripjaws can't shoot water.
Yeah, so he really needs a water guy, and they never get him.
The reboot.
It's almost like in Pokemon, you get all the different types. To cover all your bases when you're building your team.
He gets a grass type later. Yeah. Wildvine's a grass type.
Yeah, which is super cool. Wildvine, phenomenal.
Normal type, Wildmutt.
Yeah.
Ground type. No, rock type.
Ice.
He's not ice.
He looks like it.
Arctic Iguana is ice.
And Arctic Iguana is cool too.
What about him? He's normal too. Or no, maybe he's dragon.
Ooh, he could be dragon.
Yeah.
And then like
We're getting off topic.
Four Arms is definitely fighting.
Did you see the new form of the Raikou, the dog?
Yes,
Or he's got the
I've
long
seen
neck?
so much anger towards it.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it.
I kind of like
I
it.
did
You know what I mean? I see a lot of hate, and I'm just like, yeah, man, darn Niantic and Game Freak just not knowing what they're doing, bro. Anyway, here's $50. I'll take that DLC,
I'll
please.
take that, please. Thank you. I haven't played like the last 3 Pokemon games just because, but
Yeah.
you know, it's just funny.
Nice to look at the new forms. Anyway, but you do realize there is a chink in the armor of Ben 10 that he doesn't have really good water coverage.
No, I mean, I guess he can use water if he's at the beach or something. He can splash water. I mean, in
Splash water. Let's splash some. He made the water tornado in the third.
That's what I was gonna
episode.
say. When he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
fighting the Kraken, he made a water tornado.
Yeah.
But you know, or he makes. There's like an episode with rain where they're like fighting a weather thing or something.
I think
End
it's
up shooting.
the werewolf episode.
Maybe. Well, there's like a concert or something. And they're at the concert. They fight this like robot that makes storms.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We'll have to get there.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
57 episodes. We got a while.
Woo. Anyway, I like this episode a lot. You get Ben. He sees the old guy that yelled at him earlier, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see what Mr. Friendly's up to."
Yeah.
It's funny coming from a ghost. It just
Yeah.
it never gets old.
Yeah.
And Steve Blum is so good. He's you know,
iconic.
He's just got the greatest. And without him in the future seasons, I think that's or future shows, I should say.
Yeah,
I think that's what I don't like about the original Aliens because like if I see Heat Blast, I want it to be Heat Blast. I don't want it to be
not.
some other thing.
It's unfortunate.
Anyway, so he goes and the watch obviously times out when he's like messing around and
Yeah,
he's
he
like
sees the old
trapped
man.
in a chain link fence.
Yeah.
And the old man just like flips his head around like in a he's like made out of goo. He's just
And he's wondering how the boy starts to suspect things, you
Yeah,
know what I
later
mean?
on.
The 180 owl head twist,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
switches his whole body. Oh, I wonder why. He just he's seen too much
he goes,
somehow.
He goes, I think we need to get out of here early. The boy suspects too much.
Yeah, it's like, what? I wonder why, buddy. Go back to the spaceship. Take a time out while the rest of us do things like professionals.
Idiots. But like all of them are so bad at keeping cover. Whether it's like they're keeping cover around the other old people, or it's like Ben and Max and Gwen. I mean, Max is old, but you know.
Yeah, I do like that after the altercation with the old man, you know, he's being harassed. The man's like stretching out, attacking him. He goes back and he tells Gwen and Grandpa Max. Usually around that time, in other shows, they're like, "Oh, you're making this up. You're fine. You're not funny. Yada yada." Max and Gwen are instantly like, "Okay, yeah,
We
that
believe you now."
That sounds like par for the course for us. So let's go ahead and see what's going on."
They did that once where they're like, we don't believe you with the Kraken, and
Yeah.
now they're like, yeah. If you say there's old people turning into goo, we'll believe
We
you.
gotta believe it, you know.
Anyway, I think that kind of leads me back into my theory that like Aunt Vera probably knows what's going on.
I mean, if her brother's a plumber, it's not like you can
Yeah.
hide that from her,
But the only issue I find is that she gets captured by the aliens and gets taken over by them.
right?
So I don't know how she let that happen. Maybe she just knew that Ben was
She
there, she
just-
would get out of it.
Yeah. Well, she also just knew he's a plumber. She may not have anything else to do.
Do you
with
think she knew he
aliens.
was a plumber though? Because he hid it from his family, he hid it from his children and his
Some of them knew.
grandkids.
I think Gwen's family knew.
Gwen's dad might have known or something.
Yeah, because the mom was in it. Which this is all
way
added
in the
later.
future.
you
Yeah,
know,
way in the
but
future.
we do learn that at least Gwen's dad knew what was going on. Gwen's dad and mom do because the mom.
I think so. Because like, just to say I'm a plumber, you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, you'd be home and you'd
Yeah.
be like just working on toilets.
Well, we knew this too because Grandpa Max, his alien wife lover, wanted to come back and take Gwen. So at least her parents knew
Yeah, I
that
think
she
so.
was an alien because they wanted, which we learned later that Gwen.
They could have all been
Gwen
that
is
way.
part alien.
Gwen could. I mean, Ben is the same.
Gwen is like OP in the later series.
Real talk. But Ben is just the same as much genetic information as Gwen.
Yeah, but
So
he
he
didn't have
could've-
the stuff.
he wasn't
is
a
what
woman?
she said.
Is
Yeah,
that
but
what-
that was essentially what it was. I think it was only a female thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
We'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
It's a good episode because Kevin goes, dude, I don't want to pound your grandma.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Vera knows what's going on. I think she's seen some of these old people doing flips and eating flies off the wall and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think she's been like, I need to call Max. And so she calls and they go hang out. And she might not have even said anything. She might have just been like, they're going to figure something out. And
Right.
So, and then, there's a little nod toward the end of the episode, too, that says that, kind of reinforces my theory that she knows because she, Ben is just messing around with her, but he's telling the truth. He's like, she goes, what have you been doing this summer? He goes, I've been messing with alien life forms or something like
Yeah.
that. And later in the episode when he's leaving, she goes, oh, have fun with those alien life forms. He
Yeah.
goes, you're joking, right? And she's like, yep.
But she gives that smile, you know
She
what I mean?
knows.
She knows what's going on.
I think she does at least. Anyway.
So after that, they don't find anything in the guy's apartment. So they end up going back.
Find like where a rug was.
Yeah, and he's like, "That's where the rug was."
And Ben's like, "That he doesn't have anything for it." He's just like, "I think." And then Grandpa Max is like, "Yeah, let's go to bed. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll figure it out tomorrow." I'm sure you're telling the truth, but there's nothing we can go off of here.
He even says he's like, "I'm going on a walk early in the morning,"
which is kind of weird. You think he's probably doing his own investigation? He may be doing his own investigation
as a plumber.
Yeah.
But Ben's got the watch, dude. Just let Ben do all of it.
As Grandpa Max, you're a legend, you know, which we learn later, obviously. But he's a legend, dude.
But it's sort of out of character, though, isn't it? Because he normally will help Ben with stuff.
This could just be all headcanon from us. Thinking
yeah, he might have just been.
He may have honestly been going for a walk.
Yeah, he might just try to enjoy the heat while he's got it. Yeah. You know,
which is brings us. That's when the aliens decide. You know what? We got to get rid of these kids. We got to go. Right. So they start running. The the old ladies that aren't old ladies start chucking hockey pucks at it.
Shovel boards.
Yeah, shovel board. Those things are massive. They're exploding too around them like artillery fire. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
They're like pop, pop, pop. It's like what's blowing these things up? You know, they're breaking the sound barrier.
It's just so hot that they all explode.
Got you.
But dude, I love the part where the old lady jumps up on the ceiling and eats the fly, and Ben as Ghostfreak goes, "Whoa, ninja old people."
Yeah, it's like
ninja. She ate a fly, and you called her a ninja.
Yeah,
but she's like sticking to the ceiling like Spider-Man. Like,
that's not a ninja.
I love it, dude. That's so funny.
I get a lot of vibes when you see the old ladies attacking them, and then you see Grandpa Max, but it turns out it's not Grandpa Max. He's got the long claws and the
come
teeth
here,
and stuff.
I'll protect you.
It gives off a lot of Scooby-Doo Zombie Island vibes. When they run into the different zombies and they're all like creepy looking, it gives the same kind of vibe. The same kind of artwork.
I like that kind of once the aliens know, they're like, we've kind of been figured out and we're attacking these people anyway.
Yeah.
Their teeth get yellow. They start having sharp teeth. It's kind of a nice little nod, like attention to detail. Like we don't have to really keep up as our charade as old people.
Yeah.
Do you think any old people in that complex or that society like didn't get turned into aliens?
I think they all did. They were pulling out a lot of pods. Also, notice there's one scene where they show Gwen and Grandpa Max pulling the pods out. Mm-hmm. Grandpa Max got 2 of those bad boys.
Dude, he's beef.
Chucking them, bro. And Gwen's like, push and run. You know what I mean? He's just like, let's go.
Dude, he is strong. I mean, that's got to be like, he's got the strong back,
juice guy, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably hitting them roids up, you know what I mean? He's got some sort of alien
roids.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
They're not legal in any Olympic sport.
Or any, like, Earth. It shouldn't be legal here anyway.
Yeah. Taking years off your life, honestly.
There's kind of a callback to these aliens, the Limax, in the future episodes. Like, I think, you know how Grandpa Max in the Ben 10,000 episode has a robot arm?
Mm-hmm.
They say he lost it in the Limax War of 2017.
Oh, 2017. Man, that was the future back then,
they didn't. Yeah, it was the future, but they didn't correctly predict it. So
it is wild because you see at the end of this episode, the Limax is still out there.
Yeah,
slithering, but we don't ever see them again.
Never again. And the ship takes off. And you gotta, like the last bit of it slithers in the ship and it just goes.
But then, so why is there some still on Earth?
I don't know.
I think they were trying to set something up, or you know how at the end of every horror show or movie or something, there's a little bit left.
The Kraken at the end of the Kraken episode, it sort of is like hugging its babies, and that's the last shot in the episode, just like this is the last shot in this episode. I kind of feel like they're like, if people like this enough, we'll bring it back. Like Kevin 11 or Hex or a bunch of these. Animo, obviously, but he goes to jail, but you know he'd always break out of jail.
Yeah. Jail.
Yeah. What a joke.
What a joke, bro. In the cartoon sense.
Yeah, for real. Superhero sense in general.
Yeah.
They really need like a raft.
They just need to kill him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro?
Honestly, one good blast from Heat Blast would fry Animo's head off.
You know what? He does that. It makes every other villain think twice.
Maybe
this guy means business.
The guy who's made out of bugs is like, maybe I won't do what I was. Maybe I won't rob that bank.
Yeah. the Hicks stealing an ATM. You know what?
Maybe if that alien's gonna.
He's been sighted here before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But so basically, they find out Grandpa's been turned into an alien because, of course, he has. And he must have been sideswiped because
he had to have been.
No way Max is going down without a fight, dude.
Dude, I can't wait to see the episodes where he just pops the fuck off.
I love. that was hard, dude.
Pops the cap in that alien ass, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I love how he starts wearing his plumber suit after a while. He's just like, yeah, I'm back in the game, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not retired.
You know, beating up aliens with my 10-year-old grandkids. What could be better? You know what I mean?
With my actual grandchildren.
Indoctrinated into the ways.
Dude. Anyway, good stuff. But they go figure out where the aliens are underground. They use wild mutt. And dude is slinging the fake Grandpa Max. He like gets him in his arms, and he gets his arm in the mouth, and he's just like
tearing him up,
just slinging him. And then there's a bit where like a car flips on top of him, on top of fake Grandpa Max, and Gwen goes no, and then they all just kind of reform anyway. It's like
because I don't think they know.
Oh, it's right here.
They don't know that these are just straight up aliens. They think maybe they're being possessed or something in this moment. And then once they see that, they're like, okay, that's not him.
Goo.
Yeah. Because later Gwen even tells them, no, these are alien freaks. And what do? We kick alien freak butt.
Yeah. And then he flips on his pit bull rage and starts tearing them up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and then you see the mothership.
Oh yeah.
Mothership is very nice. You think it's just a UFO thing, and then when it goes and takes off, it's actually got this whole
big
whole thing to it. You know what I mean?
And you kind of wonder, like, how did they not notice that pipe that Ben ends up breaking?
Yeah.
How did they not
right
see
above
that?
their whole operation? You got
dripping.
bro.
So like,
dumb, stupid idiots.
You go back to this a lot. You say this a good bit. You just, it's a 22-minute episode. We got to just hurry it up.
You need some way to mass beat. And the Gwen's water gun ain't doing that much.
Not for real.
No.
It's not like what is it, Zombie Ate My Neighbors? You ever see that game?
No.
Oh. You have a little water gun in there. It's a fun game.
I'm sure it is.
Challenging.
If it ain't no AAA title that sucks on release, I ain't playing it.
If it ain't no Destiny 2, I ain't destined to play it.
That's facts, bro. It's facts.
Anyway, but I like how Ben picks the wrong alien and he still makes it work. That's the theme in a lot of the episodes. Is like he'll pick gray matter when he should have picked forearms.
Never should have picked gray matter.
On accident, the watch will give it to him on accident or something.
Yeah.
And he figures out a way. Like, just there happened to be a water pipe, so he
life
sprays it.
finds a way.
Ben 10 kills aliens.
He finds a way.
Anyway, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I thought there was more aliens than we've seen in episodes because we got Upgrade, Ghostfreak, Wild Mutt, Heat Blast.
We got 4 in one.
We usually just get 3.
They were breaking it out today.
Breaking it out. He gets every alien that he asked for, by the way.
I mean, being honest, though, they didn't really, because like you said, that of those 4 aliens, one guy's acting it.
No.
You got 2, you got Ghostfreak.
You got D. Bradley Baker as Wild Mutt. That's
wait,
one guy.
Wait. They have a guy growling for that?
It's D. Bradley Baker. I mean, like half of it's like bear growls.
And he's actual, doing that?
No, but he does like the little...
Nuh-uh, for real?
I promise you it is.
Dang.
I mean, I could be wrong. I say I promise you.
I was about to say, but, they really got 4, but for the price of 1 voice actor.
I mean, check me on this. Feel free to check me on this. Will in editing. I'm talking to you, punk. Is that fun? I don't know. Is that funny? Is that anything?
I don't know.
Anyway,
the first part maybe.
I think the hick in the beginning. I think he was played by D. Bradley Baker, and so I think that was my reasoning for Wild Mutt is
right.
Wild Mutt voice actor. How about that? Googling it up. Eat my freaking shorts, bro.
I mean, I never said no. I was just shocked that they had someone voice acting a dog.
Well, half of it is bear growls, like I said. Like that's just straight up bear sounds, and the rest of it is Deep Bradley. I don't know. I like this episode. It was funnier, like I said. It was creepier in parts. Had a sort of a darker tone, like Ben's.
Yeah, when you see Aunt Vera getting taken.
Yeah, even Grandpa Max. We love Grandpa Max. By this point.
That's why you don't sleep with your arms or legs off the side of the bed. Something's gonna get you, bro.
The boogeyman.
Keep those things wrapped up real tight.
Did you get a little bit of Spider-Man 3 when the old guy was eating chips in the beginning?
No, but I did when the goop jumped onto her hand because that's exactly what happened with Spider-Man 3 and Venom.
That's what I was saying. Like because you see it creeping up onto his bowl, like while he's eating chips or whatever. The old guy.
Oh no, I don't notice that.
Oh,
I just noticed the Aunt Vera thing.
Speaking of eating, I've got a little surprise for you.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Ben talks about how he doesn't like coffee as candy, and we oftentimes eat chocolate covered espresso beans.
Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, and we also we can't really try all the foods from the show because it's like disgusting. I'm not going through the effort to make a pork chop molds.
No, I've seen you make sandwiches before for content, and you know what? I'm not a fan of those. So
check out Mild Vanilla on YouTube. Go subscribe.
Actually, I was kind of upset I didn't get to try those sandwiches.
I'll try more. I'll do more content in the future. When I'm not going to do any more multiverses stuff because that game really fell apart.
Don't know how. It seemed like it was on strong legs, and then it just said, you know what? We're done.
That's what happens when a super small team gets like super big recognition.
Yeah, and they just can't keep up.
They just can't keep up.
Over deliver,
under expectations. Keep your expectations
I'm
low.
not eating whatever that is.
So Ben looks in the fridge and he sees like a bunch of prunes.
Yeah.
You ever had prunes before?
I'm not eating a prune.
You ever had a prune?
No.
Here, have one.
I will throw this up.
It's pretty good. They're not bad.
It smells like a raisin. I don't eat raisins.
You don't eat raisins? Like a dog? You don't like chocolate either. Bro, if you were a dog turned into a human, would you tell me?
This is the grossest thing I've ever had in my life.
It helps you poop.
I don't want to. I'd rather be constipated.
They're not good. Well, you know what? No, I like them fine.
Good for you, buddy. I will never eat another one of these things again.
So, this is fun content, right?
Ugh.
You know what's funny? I had like really bad gas today at work.
Yeah, that's good for the content.
You want to hear about my bad gas?
I don't think they do.
I had a bunch of carbohydrates, which normally give me gas because I don't really eat carbs. People who don't like smacking are going to be upset.
Or it's like an ASMR thing.
ASMR. I shouldn't have eaten that because now I'm going to have worse problems.
That's okay.
You got anything else to say about permanent retirement? What if I do my hat back like this? Am I cool now?
Honestly, the last thing I'll say is, like, you've got two types of old people homes. You know what I mean? You've got these nice little oases out somewhere where it's hot, sunny. You know what I mean? You got, like, the cool apartments and stuff. Then you've got some where, like, Happy Gilmore's kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's in a bunch of old people there. They don't really know what's going on. Yeah. They're geriatric.
I
want the first one if I'm ever given the chance,
Yeah, does she pay for this home or like is it like
I'm telling you, she killed her husband. You saw the pearls on her neck, bro.
Woo. Did she have a husband?
Not anymore.
Ben has a cousin named Clyde in one of the spinoff shows, and I don't remember if it's like Clyde 5 is his name. It's like a little. He's like a crappy Ben 10. It's a joke. It's a joke episode, but I don't remember if that's her like grandson or if I know it's Ben's cousin somehow, but I don't know if that's. That would check out, right?
Could be.
Second cousin or something, maybe?
Yeah, it'd be a second cousin.
I think I've covered everything. Oh, she pinched his cheeks. Have your old person ever pinched your cheeks?
No. Like I said, I didn't have grandparents.
Is that real? If you were watching to this point in the episode, if you've
comment.
Gotten here.
Comment if you've gotten that.
If you've gotten this far in the episode, have you?
If you haven't just turned it off being like, what the f am I watching, bro?
If you like Ben 10, this is quality content.
Yeah. Honestly. But yeah, I would love to hear how many people have actually gotten their cheeks pinched by an old person.
My last note is that, or not my last note, but one of my notes I've written down is golf carts are fun. Ben goes out of his way as a ghost who can fly to drive a golf cart.
It's a different experience. For sure. My buddies love golfing. I hate it, but I told them as long as I can day drink and drive the golf cart, I will love every second of that. You know what I mean?
It's the life.
I'll drive over every grass-covered lawn on that thing. You know what I mean? I don't know much about golf.
Yeah, just
the green is what they call it.
Like in
that's Swamp Thing right there.
The DC,
the green, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I've got nothing much. I thought about One Piece a lot because they stretched out.
Yeah.
Got to give my One Piece.
I was thinking Super Scroll because I was actually been watching Secret Invasion.
Yeah. They body swap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's Super Scrolls and they stretch. Stretchy powers?
Is that bad? Is that good? That show?
It's all right. I don't hate it as much as the reviews have. I'm only on episode 3. There's 6.
Where does it rank out of like the other Marvel shows?
Definitely better than like 3/4 of them.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's like Falcon or WandaVision level or Loki.
Yeah.
But it's right under those. But it's above like Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into it.
But no, it's decent. I'd give it a watch if I was you.
Oh, there was another bit too. Ben tries to like light the people on fire. He tries to. He does his normal heat blast thing.
Right.
And that doesn't work. He just starts throwing hands.
He starts punching them, bro. They're going home to punch. You know what I mean? To quote Theo Von right there, doing the monster bit.
You know what? Upgrade. This is not heat blast, but he looks a little bit like Monster Energy, doesn't he?
Yeah, I could give it. Sponsored.
Powered by Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Ben 10.
I mean, Ben's whole get-up is like Monster. He's got green, white, and black. You know what I mean?
He should be named Kyle 10.
Yeah.
Doesn't rhyme, though,
But, yeah, I think that was a pretty good episode. Like you said, funny, a little creepy.
Yeah.
Had some good aliens in it. We had a lot of aliens. You love when you see a lot of aliens.
It's sort of a tired concept to, like, replace people that you know. Like, replace humans with aliens.
Yeah.
Sort of a tired concept, but I think it works fine for this.
Yeah. Again, it's a kids, so they don't know it's a tired concept.
Yeah, I think it's all.
Yeah, they've never heard of it or The Thing.
Oh yeah, The Thing. Yeah, with Kurt Russell and all them. It's
they've not heard of those movies.
Or Body Snatchers, like I was talking about. It's
any of them.
it's a great sci-fi concept, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we're checking out the Bounty Hunter episode.
Oh, such a good episode. Probably
good
one of my
episode.
favorites. You're introduced into Tetrax. You're introduced to 6'6".
Dude.
Really good iconic characters.
There's a lot of lore in this.
Yes,
next coming
you
up
get a
episode.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Vilgax makes a return.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess even just, I don't know if he's on screen or.
Yeah,
do
he's
they
on
just-
screen. He's
Okay.
in his little tube still.
Oh, yeah.
Still
He's
getting
like,
rebuilt.
dude, I
Bro,
love
I'm
this show
telling you,
so
I
much.
love this episode.
It's
Last thing, we can leave it to the viewers too, but a question for you. Would you rather be in the Men in Black universe or the Ben 10 universe when it comes to aliens? You think the Men in Black are better than plumbers, or you think the plumbers are better than Men in Black?
The Men in Black definitely are more effective
Oh, for sure.
because they just wipe your memory. The only like villain that's gotten out of the Men in Black prison, which was on the moon, by the way.
Did you watch the third movie?
Oh, I love the third
liked
movie.
the third
Yeah.
movie a lot.
The second one's kind of.
I think the second's probably the weakest, which is
Yeah.
really weird for a trilogy when the second is usually your strongest one.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
like your strongest movie.
No, you're right. Yeah, and the third one's always bad.
Yeah.
But they took some time and they came back later, fresh, and
Yeah,
then they kind of they sidelined Tommy Lee Jones for Thanos, Josh Brolin,
Oh, that is him.
Yeah.
No way.
and he does a perfect
He
impression.
does a
by the way,
great job.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
But no, I would go Ben 10 because like, am I gonna get to be an alien and interact with that stuff, or am I just a person?
I don't know.
Maybe because I don't really.
I don't want my memory erased of it, so I think I'd pick Ben 10 over that.
Well, yeah, because Ben 10 turns into Ben 10,000, which like Earth becomes like a human alien melting pot.
Yeah, which is really good.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it all. And you know, if I get to be an alien, I'm definitely going because all these aliens have superpowers and they're cool. Like even to be like a wild mutt,
Yeah.
you know, it's still cooler than being like a Balchinian, for instance.
Okay, he's a Balginian. Oh.
He does,
K's
like,
vertical
yeah,
is like 5 foot, bro.
he leaps in the air, homie.
What are they feeding you, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of pros for the Ben 10 universe.
Yeah.
I guess.
So yeah, leave us your comment on which universe you'd rather be in.
I definitely want to. I want to hear the answer because they're, you know, like if you're just a regular person, you won't know because the
Yeah.
Men in Black will mind flash you.
If you're a
flash
regular
you
person,
things.
I totally choose Ben 10 still, because then you at least
Yeah.
get the experience.
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't want to know about aliens, you don't care. Pick
Men in Black. Yeah. So let us know.
Thanks so much. And remember, like, subscribe, follow us. You know, do all
Yeah.
the things.
All the things you know to do by now.
We love you.
I don't know.